Okay, Amanda, welcome to this meeting. We're gonna start. Uh, our our case in this week is about the TSA agent Sanchez. So, did you read the assignment of this week?
Yeah, I skimmed through most of it, yeah.
Okay, so. Had you having one job like this case, TSA, or something similar to this job?
I think that it would be rewarding to work at the TSA with growth and opportunities. It has good benefits in government for a government job. A friend of mine is he works for customs actually at the airport. He makes really good money.
Yeah, sounds good. Would be a great job, I think so.
Oh, there she
Okay,
is.
so did you remember the case Sanchez did some mistakes? So O'Reilly it's his boss. So what should O'Reilly do about Sanchez?
Well, he broke the rules by getting using his phone. Um, so it just kind of depends on uh what the policy is, through the TSA, and it's kind of a hard one because it was an emergency and but he did use his phone, so
Okay, so depend of the police side, right?
yeah, I think it just kind of depends on um their policy, what kind of policy do they have? Um,
Mm,
so
okay. Hi, Esther. Welcome.
Thank you. I was waiting for the reminder. I thought you will send a reminder that let's start because your time and my time confuses me a lot.
we
I'm
we
sorry
just
I came
started,
in
so
late.
it's fine.
Eh, okay.
Okay, don't worry.
You were asking about Sanchez.
Yeah,
I,
what the question is, what should O'Reilly do about Sanchez?
I think let them first sit and talk about it. It was just a one mistake. The guy has worked for so long. It's true he did a mistake of taking a phone while on duty because their job is a very serious one and a risky one. Anything can happen anywhere. They have to be very, 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 very alert. Right, he did a mistake, but I think let them sit with him, talk about it. I think he will not do it again. So they should forgive him for that.
Okay. Okay. So, um, if Sanchez is fired, who replace him?
If Sanchez is fired,
Yeah.
Well, they would have to, wouldn't they have to do interviews and stuff like that to try to find someone to replace them? I was trying to find that in the thing yesterday and I couldn't find it.
I
I
also
think
I
they
also think they should just hire another one. Maybe do other interviews for someone to replace him.
Okay, I think so. It will be a great problem trying to find something to replace to Sanchez because Sanchez is a great employee, and I think so. Nothing can replace to nobody can replace to Sanchez. Uh, Almost other things happen in this case that is not written, but in my opinion, it's very important the labor of Sanchez in this job. So
Runa,
yeah,
nobody is irrepressible, but like you've said, it will be very difficult. It's difficult to get somebody like him. But if they've decided to replace, I think nobody is irreplaceable.
okay, okay. So if he stays on, what will other TSOs think?
Um, it just depends. I mean, they could be they could be upset that he still has his job, or they could think that that he's just kind of getting away with it. But that also just depends on like their policies. I think that some people would be kind of, frustrated about it that he didn't get fired. But it also depends because it seems like he's really liked, there at the airport, and that everybody really really enjoys him. And so, you know, they might not be too upset if they keep him there because they know that it was a mistake.
Yeah, they will not be upset. But people with bad hearts, but just it's the first time doing it, and it was not intentional. First of all, he was just distracted. We know distractions are always there sometimes. I think they will not be disappointed because he's there. Maybe they will not.
Yeah, yeah, probably some people can think that it's uh it's not a big deal, but probably
Mm,
they can think, oh, okay, I can do it too. Or they can
mm,
ask, okay, the company give us another opportunity, and they are thinking in our in we. So, but it depends. I think so of the way that O'Reilly public this situation or manage this situation. I
mm,
think so. It will be a great responsibility how to manage this situation for O'Reilly.
mm.
Okay, is a discipline without punishment approach appropriate in this case?
I think that he should be disciplined. Um, that's, maybe be suspended for, a week without pay,
Second time.
or something. He can't just get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he should be fired, but I think there should be some type of punishment.
Mm. I think, yeah, discipline without punishment. I think it's appropriate. Let them discipline him, but later on, like Lily said, let them at least give her a suspension for some time, expulsion, suspension for some time. I'm sorry. Power's gone. I'm facing some challenges right now, but I think they can what?
No, don't
Discipline
worry.
is appropriate. Sorry.
Don't worry. Okay, in my understanding about the other document of discipline without punishment, I think so. I agree with the document. When you are talking with people about their performance in the job, the first step is not formal or on an informal uh, talking informal, and then we can to give one reminder, official reminder. I don't know what you say,
Mm.
but probably in this case it is necessary to give him 1 day because he is exhausted. No, overwhelmed
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he has a lot of charge because
Fatigue.
he worked last night and many
Mm.
hours he has on his arms. So in this case, I think so discipline without punishment it's appropriate because uh, he is a good employee. Uh,
Mm.
it is his first uh, his first time, and probably he is funny, so probably he would take in good manner. I think so.
Yeah. No, I agree. He's a good employee. He's always working, but he's
Mm.
overworked because he is working extra hours, and maybe a couple days off would be good for him just to get some rest because
Mm.
he wants to make more money to help pay for college, but he needs to get some sleep because he's
Yeah.
distracted.
And is in a sensitive position.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
And by the way, we didn't, Rena,
Go ahead, Esther.
I didn't read anywhere where there is policies of you're not supposed anyway. You're not supposed to pick phone calls. Maybe it was okay with the company's policy of picking a call, even though the breach happened, but picking a call, I think it was fine. Did you read anywhere where they were prohibiting taking calls while at work?
Yeah, it said that they're not allowed to use their phone while they're on shift.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't
Mm.
the law is written in the small letter in some a little
Mm.
line in the bottom of the page, I think so. Um, um, in this case, if you are thinking discipline without punishment is appropriate, in what
Yeah.
stage of the process would this be? Did you remember the steps?
Which
For the
steps?
punishment.
Yeah, of this process of um discipline without punishment approach. Did you remember all steps? I think so are 4 steps.
Uh,
So
are
so
you
what
talking about like
stage?
the taking the positive approach, stuff like that?
Yeah, could be this step. Esther, what do you think?
I was
Mm,
looking for the steps.
I was also looking for the steps, but I'm not seeing them.
I don't really see, I mean, there's the relevance and there's abstract, but on the discipline without punishment, there's takeaways, but there's really not steps.
Mm.
No, no, not in this document. In the document, do you remember we had two documents? The case of
One with discipline
O'Reilly
without and
and
discipline without punishment. Eh? I'm seeing it, but I'm not seeing. Mhm. Anyway, over it has coaching.
okay. So I think so. Maybe in this case, probably it's necessary to be uh, jump the first two steps. I think so. Uh, O'Reilly needs to be in the third step when he is giving on remind one or remind two, probably uh, in a formal way to ask one commitment. Okay, okay, okay. Mm, is it time for Sanchez to take a paid decision-making day?
I
I,
somehow.
I gonna
I'm not.
repeat the question. Is it time for Sanchez to take a paid decision-making day?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I think that he can, yeah, he needs, if they want to, they can pay him to take a day off if that's what you're asking. Um,
Yeah,
like what's the decision that he's trying to make does about his own job or
yeah. In this step, the employee take one day paid
Mm,
to reflection of if he wants or she wants to continue working in the company uh, or how you say or to be hired. So
right?
they have one day to reflect on this case or
Yeah.
but
or to think about the commitment they want to do to improve their performance.
mm-hmm. I think it's the right time. He really needs it.
Yeah, he needs a day. He needs time to reflect on
Mm,
what he
yeah,
did,
yeah.
what happened, what he did wrong, and so that way he knows not to do it again.
Okay,
Mm,
yeah. So, will the chosen courses of action satisfy the airports and the public?
maybe yes.
What do what do you think? Will the chosen course of
I think
action
yes.
satisfy the airports and the public? Remember that O'Reilly was awarded for the I don't remember why, but it was in he was a publicate. I don't know how to say. He was she appeared in one magazine. I don't remember.
Mm.
So,
Well, that,
what do you think mm, the public or the people in the airports uh, satisfy these actions?
That they would. I mean, if he had a day or two off to to think about what he did wrong. Um, I think he needs to apologize one way or another to, all the staff at the airport and possibly to the public one way or another, which could just be a letter through their company. Um, but it if they realize how good of a person he is and all the stuff that he's done for the airport as it is, people make mistakes. And so I mean, it could satisfy some of the public and some of the workers, but it might not satisfy everybody. It just depends on
yeah,
how well he's actually liked by his colleagues.
I think showing what the public just needs to see what action they took, maybe. If if it's possible, anyway, it's not working. In things concerning about the breach, it's not working. What I was thinking that he is held accountable, and it's true. If he can accept that he did something bad, but they gave him some time off, giving the what brought it exhaustion over it. He worked and he needed time off. It will never happen again, I think. But you can't satisfy everyone. The public can't be satisfied.
Okay. Okay, I agree he needs to say what or to ask for apologize. Uh, um, I'm going to say the next situation. Sanchez negligence in this case resulted in a 45-minute closure of the terminal, significant travel delays across the country, and embarrassment to the airport TSA. How bad would it have to be to fire? How bad would it have to be to fire?
Well,
Question once again.
pretty bad, I would say. He didn't uh steal a plane or anything like that. I think like if the guy broke through and got in there and robbed a plane or whatever, then that would definitely be a fireable offense, but somebody did get past him, and I think that's what they're super worried about. If he did it once, he can do it, people can actually do it. But like I said, I guess it just depends on what their policy is, but I mean, it could be a firing offense.
Okay, we are agreed it's very pretty bad. So, does the severity of the consequences make a difference if it's the result of the same behavior?
I'm not understanding that question anyway.
Just does the severity of the consequence make a difference if the results of the same behavior? Um, so if he did it again, then he definitely needs to be fired. And I think that's what's asking is some, like if he, what happens if it happens again? What are the consequences if it happens again? And that means I personally think if it happens again to him, he definitely needs to be fired. If it happens to somebody else and there's an issue somewhere, and maybe they need to be retrained.
Mm.
Okay. I think so. I'm thinking about the kind of companies. It will be a different responsibility. In this case, it's a high accountability. This it's a very high for the nature of this company. So, a, any mistake, it could be a big deal. Remember the 11th September, right? So one little mistake is a big deal. So in this case, the severity of every reminder or every um, talking with infractor needs to be a great severity. I'm sorry if I am not giving my my thoughts in English. I'm sorry.
No, you're doing fine.
Thank you. So
Mhm.
I would like to to jump to the next step three, TSA contribution. Uh, the question is, was the security breach entirely Sanchez fault? Why or why not?
It is, I believe it was his fault because he stepped away, made a phone call, and left his area, and that person got past him.
Okay, what do you
At a
think?
small extent, I think it was his fault, but I'm also wondering, was he the only person? There was also lead transport security officers. I think even the company has some issues because you can't leave one person to be, as in to be the end person to see. There would have been another person there. I know it's his fault, but there is also some gaps in the company's, I think, security.
Yeah. Uh, I think so. Sanchez has a supervisor, so they need to be
Mm-hmm.
alert to any behavior of their uh, employees. So in this case, I think so. Sanchez had supervisor is not putting our attention to the situation.
In for some for some anyway, partly it's his fault. Being on phone, mm? Even violating the policies, partly it was his fault. But also the supervisor, like you said, there should be another supervisor, another the supervisory oversight. There should be, I think, the next person who would also have been alert.
Okay, yeah. Uh, in what ways did the TSA contribute to the breach?
I think that they didn't, maybe they didn't have a second person there. So instead
Mm-hmm.
of just having one person there, maybe they should have two. So that way, if someone does step away, there's still always somebody manning the area.
and giving him only that time for resting. I think it's not, even though someone is looking for money, but sometimes depending on the position he's in, you consider and you know how bad it is.
Okay. So what could they have done better to prevent this situation?
By making sure there's more than one person, that you
Okay.
have a buddy at all times.
Yeah, I agree. Esther, what do you think?
And I was also wondering, how did that bleach reach that side? Because was he the first person there? I think they had systems. They have detectors. They have other security technologies. But leaving everything to a human being who gets tired, I think it's not working. So it's their fault, the company's fault. They should hire, if it's not the system monitoring, they should hire more people for that.
Okay, so we are agree they need more people in that area.
And they should enhance supervision, because I think their supervision was not that good.
Okay,
And technologies, let them put other, like, I've never been at any airport, but I think in my mind, they should be having machines, automated alerts for any intended posts. I think I think there should be a very strong monitoring system at the airport. But if they are lacking that, and we are all blaming one person for just getting a call, not even more than 10 minutes on a call, they have some gaps also.
okay, okay. Okay. Are there appropriate policies in place to prevent a security lapse, lapse?
Um, well, yeah, they could just do like every 15 minutes or something like that. Um, make sure that you have to sign in or something so that somebody's always there, that there's not one person not there. Like they got to come up with something um to prevent the security lapse, so that way there's always somebody there. So you can't leave your post until the next person shows up.
Mm, maybe strengthening. Anyway, I was thinking of other policies. They should. You said there is prohibit. They prohibited people from taking calls or by using phones, but they should intensify. Is it intensifying it? So that they can, all workers can be vigilant about it,
Yeah.
and maybe carrying out trainings. People, sometimes we forget what to do, even though you're always on it. Let them do on job trainings always.
Maybe they need to do more training, extra training
Yeah.
around here.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, ladies. We're going to the last step five. Uh, which of the follow would they do? Fire Sanchez? Yes or not?
No, I don't think they should fire him.
Okay.
They
Esther,
should
yes or
not,
no?
indeed. No, no, no. They should not fire him.
Okay. Put Sanchez on probation?
Yeah, you can do a probation period or, but he's been there so long. Um, it just, I would say put him on a probation and not for like a 3 month, a 90-day period or something like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm,
Give Sanchez a paid leave.